What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to our Charlotte Hornets GM mode, and our team is in the playoffs, baby! Oh, not the button I meant to hit. There we go. Our team is in the playoffs, going up against the 76ers, and it should be a pretty good matchup. I think we shouldn't have any problem really winning. The only issue is we are on like a 3-week long losing streak. We went into this playoffs cold as ice. So I'm gonna have to mess with our lineup for sure and for every single game. But yeah, I'm just gonna keep on crow hopping. Let's get on into this first game. Oh, that's right. Before we actually get into it, oh geez, yeah. Oh, before we actually get into it, we got some conversations here with these guys. So Twin Olsen, we did it. Top attendance in the league. Shit, cool. We got top attendance in the league. What does that mean? Drew Samuel, what do you want to talk about? Glad to see our fans are still excited for the season. Yeah, me too. Awesome, awesome. Yep. He wants to talk to me again. I'll talk to Jordan Davis first in my limousine. With the team playing like this, I think we should adjust some of our coaching strategies. No, I don't think I'm going to change anything. I'm sorry, I really am, but I'm not going to change jack shit. Let's get on into coaching game plan. I mean, I might as well show you guys this. So everyone's tired. Really? Huh. Everyone's tired. That's a very interesting thing to know. So maybe I should probably turn down the intensity in training. Now that we know this, Frank Hughes, give you some minutes, bump up your minutes. Nope, you're down, and you're down. And Rivers, add Rivers. And add Van Fleet back into the lineup. Shit, Van Fleet's back. Nice, nice. Very nice. Where's our second res? Oh, he's not in our res, alright. Bump you up, and just move you right on through the lineup. Same with Hughes. Hughes, shooting guard. You're going to go right there. Perfect. Then Van Fleet, 25 minutes to 26 minutes. I think we might have to give it to Rivers. Unless Hughes can play small forward, he can't. Okay. He can't, so we're just going to have to stick with that. So, but that's fine. Move Bridges ball over to small forward. Van Fleet up. Move all you guys up. Perfect. 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 So that's going to be our lineup. This will be our lineup for the first game. And now without further ado, first game against the 70s. Alrighty guys, so here we are, final game, or the first game of the NBA playoffs for us here in the Wells Fargo Arena in Philadelphia. Should be a pretty good game. Overall wise, our players have dropped. We don't have a single 80 overall player on the court in our starting lineup. A lot of 79s. So it'll definitely be interesting. But there he is, Steve Adams. We've added a lot of depth. Steve Adams and Gary Hayward, I think. I think it's Gary Hayward. I know his last name's Hayward, but those two, tremendous job on our roster, really improving it and bringing the grit that those older players definitely do. I think Steve Adams is here to stay as kind of like a power forward center. Mostly a backup, though, role on our team, I think. I think we'll get Miguel Ramos and probably maybe Rex Bridges, too, to replace him here in a couple of seasons. But Joel Embiid, monster on this court. Monster. Let's get on into this tip-off now. Alright, so Philadelphia 76ers starting with Ben Simmons, Matthias Thybulle, Tobias Harris, Al Horford, and Joel Embiid in their lineup. And you saw our lineup earlier. So 70 and 94 record, jeez, and home court advantage A+. Oh, oh, Jesus! I don't think that's gonna end well for us. If that's staying true. Simmons over to Harris. Harris on top to Thibault. Thibault over to Embiid. Pumper. 9 seconds of clock to Thibault. Thibault pick screen. Pulling back up over to Embiid. 3 on the clock. Embiid's going to have to shoot it. Pulls up. Shot and it's off. Washington with the rebound over to Hughes. Hughes now over to Miles Bridges for 3. No good, but Adams gets the rebounds in the air, and that's going to be 2 points. Simmons going to bring it down to Embiid. Embiid pulls up, fade away, no good. Steve Adams over to Hughes. Hughes stopping up top, waiting for a play to be called here. Pick and roll by... Anyways, Hughes pulls up, no good. Horford gets the rebound over to Thibault. Thibault now. Over to Simmons. Simmons over to Thibault. Thibault over to Harris, who shoots for 3 and swishes it. 5-2 now the score. Oh, no, 3-2. Never mind, my apologies. Rozier, pick and roll here. Going to still hold on to it. Over to Bridges. Bridges, waiting for something to happen here. 6 on the clock. Over to Hughes for 3, and there. Tick for attack. You make 1 3, we'll show you another. Embiid inbounds it to Simmons. Simmons now bringing it up the court over to Thibault. Thibault over to Harris. Harris over to Thibault. Pick and roll. Thibault now, 7 on the clock. Trying to power his way to the rack. Pulls up. No good. Washington gets the rebound. Pass it over to Rozier. Rozier now pushing the rim. Blocked out. Pulls up for a layup. No good. Simmons with the rebound there. Now on the fast break the other way over to Harris. Harris pulls up for 2. And that's going to be good. We have a tied ball game. Adams inbounds it to Rozier. Rozier now. Pass over to Bridges. Bridges for 3. No good, but Adams gets the rebound and puts it up for 2. 7-5 now as Horford inbounds it to Simmons. And the 76ers are going to use their first timeout here. We got about 2 minutes and 2 seconds left on the clock here in the first. And so far, pretty back and forth game. The Charlotte Hornets playing rather well. And Philadelphia looking to slacking. Even with the home court advantage, seems to be slacking at least early on. As we see a full substitution change by the Hornets. Ramos gets the steal, pass it over to Van Fleet. Van Fleet over to wide to someone. I was unable to see his name, but he makes a 3-pointer. 9-5. Oh, only counted for 2. Never mind. My apologies. Milton now with the ball. Milton over to Richardson. Richardson for 3. Pulls up. No good. Ramos with the rebound. Over to Van Fleet. Fleet over to Monk. Monk for 3. And that's good. Monk was the man who made the basket earlier as well. Biyombo inbounds it into Milton. Milton over to Richardson. Richardson gets a pick and roll. Over to Biyombo. Biyombo down low to Portis. Portis pulls up. No good. Monk with the rebound. Monk gets the ball stolen away by Portis. Portis over to McConnell. McConnell over to Richardson. Pick and roll. Richardson's no pass. Richardson pulls up, gets blocked. And Mayuk picks up the rebound over to Van Fleet. Van Fleet down low, pulls up and gets fouled by Richardson. That's going to be the first shooting foul. So Fleet shooting his first basket. And the first one is good. Monk is going to be substituted out for Rivers. All right, Rivers making his appearance. Now Fleet shooting his second. And it is good as well. 2 for 2 on the free throws. Portis inbounds it to McConnell. McConnell over to Biombo. Back to McConnell. McConnell picked. Driving the basket, and he lays it up for 2. Blair is going to inbound it to Ramos. Ramos does a little spin. All players playing out wide. 10 on the clock right now. Ramos for 3. No good. That is going to do it for the first quarter. Score 14-7 as our Charlotte Hornets are leading the way to victory. Ben Simmons on learning how to play under the microscopes. Oh, wait. 2K will block us for copyright. Oh, we can't share the audio by him. I'm so sorry. Ramos inbounds it to Van Fleet. Van Fleet now getting set. Play coming out over to Ramos. Ramos for 3. No good. Biombo gets the rebound. Pass it over to McConnell. Over to Milton. Over to Richardson for 3. No good. Ramos with the rebound. Passing over to Van Fleet. Van Fleet now with the ball. Pulls up. Pick and roll. Fleet. Alley-oops it up to Ramos, who slams it home. Miguel Ramos, the rookie, with the alley-oop there. McConnell bringing it down the court. Connell over to Richardson. Richardson pulls up and gets fouled by Rivers. That'll be his first foul here today. Alright, Richardson getting set for his first shot. The shot is up and is good. 1 for 1. So we're going to see a full line change here by the Charlotte Hornets. Not bad. Not bad at all. 76ers are changing everyone but Richardson, who is shooting the free throw. As he gets set for his second shot. Richardson, shot is up, and shot is good. He goes 2 for 2 for the free throws. 16-9 is the score. Washington inbounds it to Rivers. Rivers over to Adams. 9 on the clock. Adams over to Rivers. Rivers over to Hughes. 3 on the clock. Hughes is going to have to pull up. He does. No good. It's going to be a shot clock violation, and it's going to be the 76ers ball. The block of the game goes to this man right here. Doesn't even really have to jump to block Richardson's shot there. This one is the official motor oil of the NBA. And he's pretty hype about that block too, showing everyone what he did. Embiid inbounds it to Simmons. Simmons over to Harris. Harris down low to Horford. Horford layup and is good. 16-11. Washington inbounds it to Rozier. Rozier drives the basket, layup, and no good. Harris with the rebound. Harris driving forward, driving the rack, pulls up, no good. Embiid now down low, pump fakes, pulls up for the layup, no good. Adams with the rebound over to Rozier. Rozier over to Hughes. Hughes drives the basket, pulls up, and no good. Simmons with the rebound over to Harris. Harris trying to make a move. Down low to Horford. Pull back, jam, and he sinks it. 16-13. Second quarter, 76ers are really heating up. As Hughes now with the ball. Over to Rozier. Rozier driving the basket. Layup. Foul by Simmons. Shooting foul. That's going to be his first foul of today's game. Rozier getting set for his first free throw here. And it is good. 1 for 1. Substitution done by the Charlotte Hornets, bringing in Monk. As now Rozier gets set for his second free throw. And that one is good as well. 2 for 2 on the free throws here today. As Horford inbounds it to Thibault. Thibault over to Horford. Horford over to Thibault. Thibault drives the basket, pulls up. No good. Adams with the rebound over to Rozier. Rozier pulls up. Making some moves, trying to drive the basket. 8 on the clock. Right, Rozier is still making moves. Loses the ball and Embiid steals it away. Simmons now with it. Screened by Embiid. Over to Harris. Harris, 5 on the clock. Screen. Pulled up, tries to lay it up, and Adams gets the contested and the rebound. Rozier over to Monk. Monk alley-oops it to Bridges, who just tips it right on into the basket. Horford inbounding it to Thibault. Thibault over to Harris. Harris trying to go with the pick and roll. Pulls up, no good. Adams with the rebound. Rozier now with it. Coming on down. Trying to drive the basket like he did last time. 7 on the clock. Pulls up for 3. And no good. Embiid gets the rebound. Pass it over to Thibault. Thibault over to Simmons. Simmons over to Harris. Harris over to Embiid, and there's going to be a shooting foul on Adams. He has breathed on Embiid. No, no, sir. You may not touch the Embiid. First free throw is good as Miguel Ramos tries to find his place on the court. Embiid putting up his second, And that is good as well. 5-point differential here in today's game. Ariel Ramos with the ball. Driving the basket, pulls up, and no good. Embiid with the rebound, passing over to Richardson. Richardson over to Portis, over to McConnell. McConnell over to Richardson. Richardson pulls up. No good. Rivers with the rebound, and that's going to do it here and bring us into halftime. 20-15 is the score here today. And my, oh my, this is a close game. First quarter, without a doubt, goes to the Hornets. But the second quarter goes to the 76ers. They're just playing way better basketball there in the end of this, in the entire second quarter. Putting up, I believe, 10 points, the Hornets 5. This is how we're looking stats differential-wise. Oh, wow, 15 rebounds. Wow, Steve Adams, 4.7 rebounds here today alone. Adams having a fantastic performance for the Hornets. The Hornets are going to be starting with the ball here as Bridges is going to inbound it to Rozier. Rozier now trying to make some moves up top. Pick and roll by Bridges with Rozier. Nothing comes out of it. Set again, driving the basket, pulls up. No good. Rozier gets his own rebound out to Hughes. 10 on the clock. Hughes driving the basket, pulls up this time. No good, and Harris is going to get the rebound. Coming the other way now. Harris making some moves, breaking ankles, and he does indeed break Washington's ankles. And he gets the foot away for 2 points for that layup. Rozier to Hughes. Hughes over to Rozier. Rozier drives the basket, pulls up. No good. Adams with the rebound, pulling back up, gets nothing out of it, as Embiid is going to get the rebound as he passes it over to Simmons. Simmons with the ball, driving the basket, and he puts it home, and Steve Adams gives him a foul. That's going to be his second here today. Here comes his chance to tie today's game. As it's up. And no good! Unable to tie it as Washington gets a rebound over to Hughes. Hughes over to Rozier, and Rozier, the little man, and getting up there and slamming it home with authority. Simmons over to Horford. Horford now with the ball. Over to Simmons. Simmons over to Thibault. Thibault trying to drive the basket, pulls up, no good. Washington over to Rozier. Over to Hughes, oh, almost with the breakaway, unable to do anything. Hughes still trying to drive the basket over to Rozier again. Rozier for three. Nothing comes out of it. Horford with the rebound. Over to Harris. Harris over to Thibault. Over to Biyombo. Over to Thibault. Thibault driving the basket. Over to Simmons. Over to Harris for three. And he drains it. Tied ball game. Time out Charlotte, but the game is 22 222. Oh boy, it's anyone's game, and it's unfortunately seeming like the 76ers might come out of here with some momentum and a victory as well. Yeah, Ramos, come on, rookie. Tire new squad for the Hornets. Ramos inbounds it to Van Fleet. Van Fleet driving the basket over to Blair, who slams it home. 76ers also substituting a whole new lineup as Portis inbounds it to McConnell. McConnell driving the basket, nothing comes from it. Down low to Simmons. Simmons pull away, no good. Monk with the rebound. Over to Mikaliak, over to Ramos, lays it up, and it is good. Harris inbounds it to McConnell. McConnell over to Portis. Over to McConnell again. Over to Richardson. Back to McConnell. Now over to Portis. Portis drives the basket. Lays up. No good. Blair with the rebound. Passing over to Van Fleet. Fleet over to Monk. Over to Meliak. Over to Monk. Over to Van Fleet. Over to Ramos. Down low to Monk. Monk pulls up. No good. Simmons with the rebound. Over to Harris. Harris pulls up. No good. Ramos with the rebound over to Maliuk. Maliuk over to Monk. Monk pulls up, and there's a shooting foul by Ben Simmons. As now Monk is going to go to the line. Monk getting set for his first shot here. First one's up and good. 1 for 1 is Monk. 3 76ers being changed out here for Milton, Portis, and Embiid. Very interesting. Monk now getting ready for his second. Saying his prayers and getting set. Pulls up. And the second one is nothing but net as well. Milton now with the ball. Trying to drive it. No good. McConnell now. Ball stolen away, but Milton able to recover. Pass over to Richardson for 3. No good. Maliuk with the rebounds. Maliuk, fast break the other way. Now he's got to pull up. Maliuk driving the rim, and he gets blocked by Embiid. Milton picks up the ball, coming the other way now. Over to Richardson. Richardson driving the basket and slams it home, showing Maliuk how it's done. Maliuk inbounding it to Van Vliet. Van Vliet over to Monk. Monk over to Maliuk. Maliuk over to Van Vliet. Van Vliet for 3. Way outside. No good. McConnell picking up that rebound. As he throws it on up. No good. As that's going to bring us to the end of the third quarter. Charlotte playing okay. The bench definitely playing better than the starters. I'm hoping to see more of the bench out there against some of the 76ers, more the tougher group, shall we say. But let's get on into this fourth quarter and hopefully see our Charlotte Hornets walk away with a W. Here is the assist of the game, brought to you by State Farm. What a pass that was, wasn't it? Ah, yes. As now Portis is going to inbound it to Embiid to start off the fourth and final quarter. Embiid over to Portis. Over to Embiid. Embiid trying to drive the rim. And he gets the ball stolen away, but it rolls out of the bounds, so it stays. Washington's ball. What a block by Embiid here on Maliak. From behind, nothing but ball. So now Embiid's going to try to inbound it here. Trying to find someone. Over to Portis. Portis, fade away, and drains the fadeaway against his former team. As Adams inbounds it to Rivers. Rivers making some moves, waiting for something to develop. Down low to Adams. Adams dropping back, pulling up, layup, no good. Embiid with the rebound. Over to Richardson, over to Milton. Milton driving the basket and slams it home. Tied game, 28-28. Oh my God. Bridges inbounding it to Hughes. Hughes trying to drive the basket, no good. Down low to Adams, over to Rivers. Rivers driving the basket. Layup. No good. Milton gets the rebound. Milton, alone, unguarded, pulls up. Milton, now, over to Embiid. Over to Milton. Over to Portis. Portis down low to Embiid. Embiid, shot, no good. Blair with the rebound. Over to Bridges. Bridges over to Hughes. Hughes making some moves. Breaks ankles, pulls up. No good. Portis with the rebound. Richardson into Milton. Milton over into Embiid. Embiid pulls up. No good. Hughes now with the ball coming on in. Hughes over to Rivers. Rivers making a little spin. Trying to drive the basket. Gets blocked by his own teammates. And that ball is going to roll out of bounds and give it way for the 76ers to take the lead. Rivers and Blair both being substituted out for Rozier and Washington. As here comes Thibault. Thibault over to Embiid. Embiid over to Thibault. Thibault driving the basket. And there is a reach-in foul by Washington. That will be his first foul here today. Thibault being substituted on out for Harris. As now they're looking to inbound it. As they do over to Richardson. Over to Simmons. Down low to Embiid. Embiid down low to Richardson. And he lays it up. And the 76ers have taken the lead. It's their first little taste of the lead here today. And that might be all it will take for them to walk out of here with a W. Bias Paris getting player of the game here. With all his fancy moves. Congratulations, Harris, on player of the game. Brought to you by New Balance. Washington inbounds it to Rozier. Rozier getting set. Oh, ball stolen away by Simmons. Simmons coming on down and slams it home. 4-point lead for Philadelphia. Adams inbounds it into Rozier. Rozier over to Bridges. Bridges making moves, laying up. No good, gets his own rebound, lays up again, fouled, and he gets it. So he will get a chance to bring us down to a 1-point lead for the Philadelphia. Gets set for the extra point. And it is good! 1-point game as 76ers now are going to take a timeout. Alright, not bad. Alright, 76ers, I see you. I see you. Horford now trying to inbound it. Inbounds it over to Simmons. Simmons down low to Embiid. Embiid lays up. No contest. And puts it on home. Adams over to Rozier. Rozier now trying to get set. Over to Bridges. Bridges over to Rozier. Rozier driving the basket. Pulls up. No good. Adams with the rebound. Puts it up himself. No good. Bits up. Washington now tries. He gets it blocked. Rozier. Adams. Adams puts it home. Oh my God. The mess of chaos. Finally, someone brings it home, and it's Steve Adams. Simmons now on fire. Down low to Embiid. Embiid pulls up. No good. Simmons bring it home. Fouled by Bridges. That's going to be his first shooting foul here. And Bridges is feeling himself. 1-point lead, maybe though, a chance to keep it a 1-point lead here. Simmons just without any care in the world just fucking flicks it with his wrist and puts it home. Here comes Simmons again. No good on the second as he brings it. Hughes now with the basket down to Washington with the layup, and it's a tied game, 35-35. Horford inbounding it to Simmons. Simmons with the ball. Down low to Embiid. Embiid now. Getting double team, pulls up. No good. Horford with the rebound, and he puts up, and no good. But Bridges fouls him for his second shooting foul here. Last time it paid off. Will it pay off here as well? Horford getting set for his first. Shot is up and shot is down. So he is 1 for 1. Will he be 2 for 2? Horford shot. No good. It pays off again. Washington Rozier. Rozier now with it. Driving the rim, no one in front, and boom! The Charlotte Hornets take the lead! 37-36. Philadelphia taking a timeout here, as they're going to have to take a three-pointer and sink it to guarantee possible overtime. Or they're going to have to go for 2 for the win and stop us from scoring. Horford inbounds it to Simmons. Simmons with the ball. Down low to Embiid. Embiid pulls up, no good. Embiid out to Simmons. Simmons pick and roll. Pulls up. No good. Washington with the ball over to Rozier. And he gets fouled with 5 seconds. That's Simmons' third personal foul. As here comes Rozier shooting his first. And his first is good. 2-point lead. There you go. Rozier shoots up again. Needs two more though. And that's a 3-point lead. So they're going to have to sing a three-pointer. Simmons alone pulls up. Air ball. But that's the Charlotte Hornets' first W here today, boys. Charlotte taking an early lead here in game number 1. 39-36 the score. That's what I like to say. Defensive battle, offensive both sides. But at the end, Charlotte with just a little bit more momentum. And they were able to do it in front of a tough Philadelphia Flyers home stadium. I think Charlotte might be able to do it at home here as well. All right, so it's come game number 2. We're not going to be playing it. Oh, I think I did something. We're not going to be playing it. I want to sim it out, actually. Is that a possibility? To just sim it out with it? No? It's not going to be a possibility. All right, fine. We're not going to be able to do what I wanted to do by just... So we're going to have to advance today. That's a second win against the 76ers. We're up 2-0 in the series. These are how the other series are working out as well. But way to go. 2 big old dubs back to back against the 76ers. We're getting hot when it matters, baby. That's what we want to give the competition hope. You know what I'm saying, boys. So looking around the league going into week number 2, following 2 games, Dallas is up against the Oklahoma City, 2-0. The Spurs are up 2-0 on the Rockets. Grizzlies are tied 1-1 with the Timberwolves. Suns are up 2-0 on the Pelicans. Nets are up 2-0 on Cleveland. We're up 2-0 on Philly. Atlanta's up 2-0 on Miami, and Boston's up 2-0 on Chicago. So here we are again. It's not going to let me... Oh, that's so dumb that I can't just do that. But let's keep on going. End of day. Game 3 is going to be a loss to the 76ers. That's a little unfortunate. I'm going to go with because I didn't adjust the game plan. I did not touch the game plan going into that. I'm going to say that that was the issue for our loss, because we weren't prepared mentally or physically at all for that ruthless game. Shooting guard, we're going to need a new shooting guard. Let's put in Monk over him. Bump you down some minutes. And then Maliak wants some more play time. We'll give you some play time as well, Maliak. Oh, you're actually tied 25-25. So Bridges will get the start. And we will just bump you up to 7th. Yep, that should do it. So there we are. And now let's just keep on. Nope, not advance to the end of the week. Advance a day. All right, going up. Now we're up 2-1 in the series. Can we go up 3-1? No! They bring it back. The 76ers are bringing it back, and they tie the series. They tied the series back up 2-2. Do not do this to us, boys. Do not do this to me, please. All right, end of day. Oh, God. Let's go to the coaching game plan. Oh, boys. I don't know. I'm very scared. I'm very scared for how how our team is doing right now. Please do not choke. This team, it has too much potential and too much hype behind it to have at the end of season, the type of season that we are, the end of the type of season. Come on. End of day. Big W against the 76ers. There we go. There we go. One more game. One more game. This could be it. This literally could be it. June 12th could be our first ever time winning a playoff series. Let's get on into it. Alrighty, boys, here we are. Game number 6. We are up 3-2 in the series. We have a chance to win round 1 here at home in front of our fans. We have the home court advantage. We have the youngins. We got the legs. We got the coach. Let's put it all together here today, boys, and walk away with a big old dub. You guys heard our starting lineup for the 76ers. It's Ben Simmons, Josh Richardson, Tobias Harris, Al Horford, and Joel Embiid. So it will be a very tough outing for sure here against the 76ers, but I think it's one where we will walk away with the W. I don't care about Brett Brown. Home court advantage. See what the fluff? Oh my God. Anyways, Adams is going to win the tip-off. Washington passing it to Van Fleet. Van Fleet now getting set over to Bridges. Bridges over to Monk. Monk for 3! Sinks the 3! There we are, Charlotte Hornets starting off right, 3 points. Simmons now with the ball. Over to Horford, over to Harris. 5 on the clock. Harris now driving the rim, lays up, no good. Washington with the rebound over to Bridges. Bridges now jogging his way down the court. Over, 3, no good. Adams with the rebound, puts it back up, no good. Rebounds his own rebound, puts it back up, no good. Rebounds that rebound over to Van Fleet. 10 on the clock, over to Monk. Monk for 3 again, no good. And this time Embiid gets the rebound. Harris now with the ball. So Simmons lays up and it's good. That's his first basket of today. Washington over to Monk, over to Van Vliet. Van Vliet over to Washington. Washington driving the rack. Over to Bridges. Bridges backing off. Over Van Vliet. Van Vliet, 3 on the clock. Shots up, no good. Horford with the rebound, passing over to Simmons. Simmons now coming on in, lays it up and is good. 76ers now with the lead, 4-3. Adams inbounding it to Monk. Monk driving the rim. Pass back to Washington, over to Bridges, over to a white guy, Van Fleet. Van Fleet driving the rim, pulls up, and it's good! 5-4, Charlotte takes the lead back. As now here comes Simmons. Simmons over to Horford. Horford over to Richardson. Richardson over to Horford, pulls up for 3, no good. Adams with the rebound. Over to Van Fleet. Over to Monk. Over to Van Vliet. Over to Washington, back to Monk. Down low to Washington, and Washington slamming it home. 7-4 now. Horford inbounding it to Simmons. And that's going to be a timeout for the 76ers. 7-4 is the score, and Charlotte starting to heat up and starting to feel it. The chemistry, baby, is just warming up. It's just starting to click just in the nick of time. As there's going to be a complete line substitution for the 76ers. Biombo inbounding it over to McConnell. Complete. And Milton lays it up. Ramos over to Rozier. Rozier trying to drive the rim, no good, over to Blair. Blair pumping. McConnell with the rebound, passing it on over to Milton. Taking the lead is the 76ers. 8-7. Maliuk now inbounding it to Rozier. Ramos. Millen by Hughes. Coming on down. And he comes up, lays up, and gets fouled by Biombo. So he will get a chance to shoot two. His basket was no good, unfortunately. Hughes getting set for his first shot. Shot is up, and shot is no good. That is okay. Teammates trying to cheer him up. It's alright, Hughes. It's alright. Hughes now getting set for his second shot. Shot is up. And shot is good. 2-point lead to Charlotte, 10-8. McConnell now with the ball coming down the court. Throwing down to Milton, and Milton able to make the basket and fouled by Hughes. Milton getting ready. Extra point is good. Sixers take the lead again, 11-10. Blair inbounding it to Rozier the third. Rozier driving the basket, laying it up and good. Charlotte taking back the lead. Cardwell Poe passing it to McConnell. Connell over to Portis. Portis driving the basket. No good. Laying it up. No. Ramos over to Mikeliak. And that is going to do it here for the first quarter. As is now, I believe it was 13-12 is the score. It might be 15-14. Nope, 12-11. So both scores I said were wrong. It is 12-11. Heading on in to the second quarter. Portis, if I get to Milton. Woo! Sorry about that, Leon. Milton now coming down. Over to Portis. Portis spinning. Portis over to Biombo. Biombo. Shot clock violation. Hornets get the ball. Biombo holding on to that ball for far, far too long. Maliuk inbounding it to Rozier. Rozier stopped by a bandana. Passing over to Maliuk. Everyone is out wide. 9 on the clock. Over to Rozier. Rozier driving the basket. No one in front and laying it on up. 14-11 Charlotte. Biombo over to McConnell. McConnell over to Portis. Over to Millen. Millen for three. No good. Ramos with the rebound. Over to Maliak. Over to Rivers. Rivers driving the basket. Pulls up. No good. Rozier with the rebound. He pulls up. No good. And Ramos tips it back and finishes the basket. Portis inbounding it to McConnell. And there is a timeout by the 76ers as they look to make some substitutions here. But Charlotte is up 16-11 early in the second quarter. Not bad, not bad. Horford going to inbound it to somebody. It's going to be Embiid. Down low to Simmons. Simmons throwing up and no good. Van Fleet with the rebound. Fleet trying to drive the basket down to Adams. Adams laying it on up and it rolls slowly into the basket. Horford inbounding it to Simmons. Simmons over to Harris. Harris over to Richardson. Richardson over to Harris. Harris driving the basket. Pulling up. No good. Harris gets his own rebound though. Pulls up again. No good. And this time rebound by Monk. Now going the other way. Monk stutter steps. Quick drives the basket. Over to Van Fleet. Van Fleet over to Monk. Monk driving. Nothing comes out of it. Making some moves. Monk now laying it on up. No good. Hits it up and Richardson grabs that rebound. Richardson driving the basket. Gets by one. Lays it up. No good. Horford with the rebound over to Richardson. Richardson shoots it up for two. And this time he sinks the basket. Washington inbounding it to Van Fleet. Van Fleet now with the ball. Over to Monk. Monk open. Pulls up. And he gets fouled by Richardson. That'll be Richardson's first personal foul here today. As now Monk is going to get a chance to shoot two here. And extend Charlotte's lead. Monk getting ready for his first shot here. Saying his prayers, does his spin. First one's up and first one's in. Monk now getting all set and ready for his second shot. Monk is up. And Monk is good. Embiid inbounding it over to Simmons. Simmons to Embiid. Embiid over to someone for three, and that three is good. It's Harris for three. 2016, Washington inbounding it to Van Fleet. Over to Washington. Washington alone, could pull up but doesn't. Drives the basket, nothing comes of it. 8 on the clock, up top to Monk. Monk for three, no! Embiid with the rebound. Simmons now with the ball. Simmons driving the basket. Pushes back Van Fleet. Also over to Harris, back to Simmons, over to Richardson. Richardson driving the basket, pulls up and gets fouled by Monk. That will be his first personal foul here, as now Richardson gets a chance to shoot two. First shot is up, and first shot is in. 1-for-1. As now Horford is going to be substituted on out for Bobby Portis. And Van Fleet and someone else is getting substituted out for Rozier and Hughes. Richardson now getting set for his second shot. As it goes up and is good as well. And it is 2018. Washington inbounds it to Hughes. Hughes over to Adams. And there's a foul! Illegal screen by Hughes. As the 76ers are going to get the ball back. Well, Hughes. Trying to play dirty. Is now Simmons with the ball. Passes over to Richardson. He's hidden, backing off. Hughes steals the ball. Now driving the other way. Down low to Rozier. Rozier pulls up. No good. Portis with the rebound. Throwing it on over to Richardson. Richardson over to Simmons. Simmons driving the rack. No good. Pulls up. Off the rim. Embiid with the rebound. Pulls it back up and tied game 20-20. As now there is 12.9 seconds left on the clock here in the second quarter. Rozier rushing down the court. Loses possession of the ball for a second. Drives the rim. Pulls up himself. No good. Simmons with the ball. As he pulls up, shot, and no good. At halftime, score is 20-20. Very close game, just like our first game that we watched. First quarter went to Charlotte, second quarter went to Philly. It's going to be the second half that's really going to tell us where everyone is truly truly playing. Who is the better team? This second quarter will tell who's got the conditioning and who's got the stuff to go the distance. Here are the stats for today's game. What is leading where? So here we are in the second quarter. Horford inbounding it to Embiid. Back over to Horford, over to Embiid again. Embiid driving the basketball, stolen away by Van Fleet. Quick break the other way. Fast break the other way, up to Monk. Monk wide open for three. And he sinks it. Embiid inbounding it to Simmons. Simmons now over to Harris. Harris pulling up. No good. Bridges grabs the rebound. Over to Monk. Monk over to Washington. Washington now pulling up and is good. 25-20 now the score. Embiid inbounding it to Simmons. Simmons over to Embiid. Embiid laying it up and it is good. 3-point lead to Charlotte. Adams to Van Fleet. Van Fleet to Monk. Over to Bridges. Bridges for three. And sinks that three as well. Woo. Horford inbounding it to Simmons. Over to Harris. Screen. Harris gets fouled on the way up by Adams. That's going to be Adams' first personal foul. And now he's going to get a chance to shoot two. First shot, getting set, is up and is good. Substitutions being made on both sides. Full substitution switch out for the 76ers. As for the Hornets, it's going to be 3-man substitutions happening. Harris, up and good. 2-4-2. Washington inbounding it to Van Fleet. Van Fleet over to Maliuk. Maliuk making some moves, driving the basket, pulls up and gets fouled by McConnell. And that'll be his first shooting foul, as now Maliuk will get a chance to shoot 2 from the free throw line. As he gets set, shot is up and shot is good. 1 for 1 is Maliuk. More substitutions being made too by the 76ers. Coming on in are Harris and Portis. For the Hornets, Van Fleet is being substituted on out for Rivers. So here's Maliuk getting set for his second free throw. And he goes 2 for 2. 30-24 is the score. McConnell now coming on in. Over to Harris. Harris driving the net. Over to Portis, and Portis slamming it home. Maliuk inbounding it to Rivers. Rivers over to Maliuk. For 3, and he drains the 3. Maliuk with range. Woo! As here comes McDowell, or McConnell, driving the basket. Pulls up and is good. Maliuk inbounding it to Rivers. Rivers over to Washington. Washington over to Maliuk. Maliuk over to Rivers. Rivers driving the basket. Pulling up, no good. Washington with the rebound, but he loses it to Milton. Milton coming the other way. Over to McConnell. Over to Portis. Over to McConnell. Over to Biyombo. Biyombo over to Harris. Harris for 3. No good. Bridges with the rebound. Bridges over to Monk. Monk over to Rivers. Back to Monk. Monk for 3. And that's another 3 going on down. 76ers calling a timeout here, trying to kill the Hornets' momentum. Oh boy, would I love a free t-shirt from them girls. Simmons inbounding it to Milton. Milton to McConnell. McConnell coming on in. No good. Blair with the rebound. Over to Rozier. Over to Migluck. Alley-oops it to Ramos, who slams it home. There you go. McConnell with the ball. Over to Simmons. Simmons over to Milton. Milton over to Simmons. Simmons backing us down. Over to Milton. Milton for 3. No good. Maliuk with the rebound. 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. Maliuk over to Ramos. Over to Rozier. We're back to Ramos. Ramos driving the basket. Pulls up and gets fouled by Portis. Now the Portis first personal foul and second team foul. Getting a chance to shoot two now is Ramos. First one is up and first one is good. First double digit lead here today. Substitutions being made on both sides of the court. 3 out for the 76ers. And there's going to be 4 out for Washington. Ramos now getting set. Extra point is good. 2 for 2. As now here comes McConnell. The other way. 17 left on the clock. Down low to Embiid. 3 on the clock. Embiid throws it on up and able to get the points. 40-30. 2 seconds left. Rozier shoots it on up and no good. As that will bring it to the end of the third quarter. Score 40-30. And my God, these Charlotte Hornets were on a tear this third quarter. If they're able to keep up this momentum here in the fourth, I think it could all be over for these 76ers. The State Farm assist of the game is the alley-oop to Ramos from Maliak. What an alley-oop dunk it was. Charlotte going to start with the ball here, as Bridges is going to inbound it to Rozier. Rozier driving the net and laying it on up, and that is good. Embiid inbounding it to McConnell. McConnell to Embiid. Embiid to Simmons. Simmons to Horford. Horford down low to Embiid. Embiid to Horford to Simmons. Simmons. Ball stolen away by Ramos. Going the other way. And Ramos slamming it home with authority. Simmons inbounding it to McConnell. McConnell alley-oops it to Horford. And Horford able to just tap that one in. Bridges to Rozier. Rozier now coming on in. Trying to make some moves. Unable to get any space. Over to Ramos. Ramos. Driving the net. Pulling it up short and makes the basket. Oh, Ramos is heating up. Simmons now with it today. Over to Embiid. Embiid over to Simmons. Simmons trying to drive the basket. And there is a reach-in foul on Ramos. That will be his first personal foul here today. McConnell and Simmons both being substituted on out for Simmons and Harris. So Simmons being switched from shooting guard to point guard, and Harris coming in at small forward. Bridges and Ramos also coming on in. Oh. Or switching positions anyways. Richardson with the ball. Pass over to Harris. Back over to Richardson. Richardson over to Embiid. 1 on the clock. Shoots up. Shot is up. No good. Rebound by Bridges. Bridges over to Van Vliet. Down low to Ramos. Ramos to Adams. Adams to Van Vliet. Van Vliet to Rozier. Rozier out to Bridges. Bridges for 2. No good. Embiid gets the rebound and passes it to Simmons. Simmons driving the net, and Ooh, slamming it home. Adams inbounding it to Rozier. Rozier killing clock. Driving the net. Laying it on up, and it is blocked. Horford grabs that one, as now it's up to Richardson. Richardson down low to Harris. Harris able to put the basket in and draw the foul by Van Fleet. That will be Van Fleet's first personal foul. 46-36. And he's going to get a chance to possibly make it 46-37. Cutting it back to single-digit lead. As here comes Harris. Shot is up and shot is no good. Adam passing it over to Van Fleet. Quo! Behind the back pass to Washington by Van Fleet. And he slams it on home. Increasing the double-digit lead again. Simmons trying to drive the rim. Laying it on up, and it is good by Simmons. Adams inbounding it to Monk. Monk for three, no good. Washington with the rebound, puts it back up and gets fouled by Simmons. That'll be Simmons' first personal foul, and he will get a chance to shoot two here. As the first one is going to be no good. Washington getting set for his second. And that one is up, and that one is good. 11-point lead for Hornets. Embiid inbounding it to Simmons. About a minute 40 left in this game. Simmons killing clock. Down low to Embiid. Embiid. Oh, 3-second violation on Embiid. And it's going to be the Hornets ball. Embiid getting this block right here. We were not able to... Oh, wow. 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 No one even fucking touched that ball. Whatever. 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 Adams inbounding it to Van Fleet. Van Fleet getting set over to Monk. Monk over to Bridges, over to Washington. Washington to Monk. Monk posting up, laying it up, and good. 13-point lead now for Charlotte with about a minute left here to play. Philly really needs to start making some of these baskets. Possibly make a few threes. Simmons to Embiid. Embiid fade away and sinks it, cutting the lead down to 11. Adams inbounding it to Fleet. Over to Adams. Adams back to Bridges. Oh, pass it back to Adams. No, Bridges on his own, and he lays it on up. 37 seconds left to play. 13-point lead. Crowd on their feet, because they know it's over. This little point in Philadelphia even trying anymore. The only point is to really, for themselves, the morale, but all these Charlotte Hornet fans on their feet, celebrating as their team is going to be moving on to the second round. Bridges passing it over to Monk. Monk now for three. No good. Portis with the ball. 5 on the clock. Harris laying it up. No good. And that's it. The Charlotte Hornets have beat the Philadelphia 76ers and are moving on to the second round. You heard me right. The Charlotte Hornets, the team that came in third to last place last season, are now in the playoffs and making a playoff run. How far would they go? No one knows. Who will they play next? You will just have to tune in. And until next time, boys, see you all later.